A crash kills one person and shuts down part of Interstate 75 in southern Kentucky. We're live with the latest now at 4.
A woman convicted of murder nearly 30 years ago will have to wait to find out if she gets parole. We'll have the story coming up.
We've got a big temperature swing on the way over the next several days, one that may see 60 and a taste of winter, all wrapped up in a 1-7-day forecast in a moment.
WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
We're tracking breaking news right now on Interstate 75. A crash in Rockcastle County has killed one person and shut down the northbound lanes at exit 62. The crash happened about 1:30 this afternoon. Phil Pendleton joins us from the scene with the breaking details.
I'm standing at the 64-mile marker on northbound Interstate 75, just north of Mount Vernon, where a very violent and tragic scene unfolded here just after 1 o'clock this afternoon. A crash involving 3 tractor trailers and 1 passenger vehicle. We don't know the identities or the names, really exactly what happened. It's all still under investigation.
We're letting a few of the vehicles that were right behind the crash site that didn't witness anything go around the collision in the median. Because we're getting some trucks and other vehicles turned around to go back south in the northbound lane down to the exit 59 so they can get off the interstate. And
State police say that the interstate will be shut down for probably at least 4 more hours. It'll be well after dark before this roadway is reopened. In Rockcastle County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Thank you, Phil. It's a sunny afternoon, but not as warm as yesterday. Temperatures are right around 50 degrees. Here's a live look at our sky cam overlooking Triangle Park in downtown Lexington. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has a first look at the forecast. Chris?
Hi, Jennifer. Good afternoon, everybody. Today's one of those days it's kind of like real estate. It's all about location, location, and location. Here in central Kentucky, just now starting to break out into some sunshine over the past hour or two, boosting those temperatures toward the low 50s now into Lexington. 52 degrees. Winds are coming at us still from the south and southeast. They're very light, but will really ramp up as we go through the day tomorrow. That clearing line, by the way, is right along Interstate 64. To the north, we have a lot of clouds. To the south, boy, you get into southern Kentucky, hardly a cloud in the sky. And look at the temperature difference. 47 Covington, 65 right now Middlesboro into far southeastern Kentucky. That is what can happen when you get sun versus clouds right now. Storm system that is wrapping up across parts of the Rocky Mountains will roll toward the Ohio Valley and the Bluegrass State over the next few days, and that has a little blast of wintertime air coming in behind that. By the time we roll into Friday, we could be talking about some festive snow flurries. Jennifer, we'll break those down when I come back here in 15 minutes.
We'll see you then, Chris. A woman convicted of one of the most notorious murders in Kentucky wants to be released from prison. A Lexington jury convicted Karen Brown, Keith Bouchard, and Elizabeth Turpin of killing Turpin's husband, Michael Turpin, back in 1986. This morning, Karen Brown went before 2 members of the parole board to ask to get out of prison early. Sean Moody explains why she won't learn her fate until next week in our top story at 4.
The board members talked to Karen Brown for about 40 minutes today. We won't know their final decision, though, until next week. They decided to refer her case on to the full parole board. Karen Brown made her case to 2 parole board members this morning. They asked her why she should be released from her life sentence, and she told them that her life is different now and is based on giving instead of taking. She said she feels as responsible as anyone else for Michael Turpin's murder, although she said she did not stab him. Michael Turpin's family went to the board yesterday to ask them not to grant her parole. In fact, they want the board to make Brown serve out the entirety of her life sentence. They said the murder destroyed their family. Brown told the board members that she wanted to try to repay her debt to them.
That the system has matured me and taught me so much, and I'm ready. I think I'm ready to learn to ask for help, ask for forgiveness, and stay on a better path. At this age of my life, I ask your forgiveness. I know you're part of the community that I harmed, and I just beg for your grace.
The full parole board will meet next Monday at the Kentucky Correctional Institute for Women. Sean Moody, WKYT.
Keith Bouchard, who admitted to stabbing Michael Turpin, will be eligible for parole in 2018. Elizabeth Turpin will be eligible in 2021. Frankfort police say a man was shot on Landings Drive about 5 this morning. Police say the victim was sitting in his car when a man opened the door, showed a gun, and demanded money. When the man tried to run away, he was shot twice.
And right here at Christmas time, you know, Merry Christmas, yeah, it's just a bad situation all the way around. I just hope to God and pray to God there was no children over there.
The victim's family tells us he goes to his grandmother's house on Landings Drive every day to help her out of bed. He is expected to survive. So far, no arrests have been made, and police are increasing patrols in the neighborhood. We'll have the latest on the investigation on WKYT News at 5. And our reporters are working on a number of other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick is in the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon, Jennifer. A reward is now being offered in a Southern Kentucky cold case. The family of Lawrence Sizemore, who police say was murdered, then his home set on fire, is raising money for a reward. Sizemore was killed in Clay County back in July. So far, there have been no arrests. You'll hear from his daughter ahead on WKYT News at 6 o'clock. Some cars have been broken into in one Lexington neighborhood, and the criminals were caught on camera. The break-ins happened early yesterday morning in the South Point neighborhood off Nicholasville Road. This is video showing 3 people going through a car. The owner of another car says the thieves got away with his wrapped Christmas presents. You'll hear from him on WKYT News coming up at 5 o'clock. The pride of Harlan County nailed it one more time. Now the question is, will it be enough for Jordan Smith? You'll find out tonight if he's the winner on The Voice. Last night on the season finale, Smith sang 3 songs, capping it off by singing his favorite Christmas song, Mary, Did You Know? Smith seems to be the crowd favorite, but it's not a sure thing. Emily Ann Roberts closed the show with a stirring rendition of Burning House. After her performance, her coach Luke Shelton proclaimed it good enough to produce an upset. The winner receives $100,000 and a recording contract with Universal Music Group. That's a look at some of the news in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thank you, Sam. Now to stories making headlines across the nation at 4. An unusual move in Los Angeles today. The LA Unified School District closed hundreds of schools after receiving a threat. New York authorities say they received a similar threat but downplayed the seriousness. Steve Nannis has the latest.
Please be advised that all schools will be closed for students today.
The second largest school district in the nation closed all of its more than 900 schools and told its 640,000 students to stay home Tuesday after receiving an emailed threat from overseas.
Thank you for meeting with me.
Los Angeles School District Superintendent Ramon Cortinez said recent events and heightened security concerns precipitated the move.
I think the circumstances in a neighboring San Bernardino, I think what has happened in the nation, I think what happened internationally, I, as superintendent, am not going to take the chance with the life of a student.
Meanwhile, New York authorities said they received a similar threat, but said it was important not to overreact.
The email that was received in New York City, which is similar and almost exactly the same as received in other locales, specifically Los Angeles, that we do not see that as a credible terrorist threat, and we are investigating it as a hoax.
While acknowledging a hoax was possible, LA Police Chief Charlie Beck said the threat was very specific and warned against being too critical.
Southern California has been through a lot in the recent weeks. Should we risk putting our children through the same?
I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
School officials are asking employers to be flexible with parents affected by today's school shutdown. Wall Street is in a buying mood as oil jumps, giving energy stocks a boost. The Dow up 156 points to close at 17,525. The Nasdaq climbed 43. A Louisville-based whiskey maker faces a spirited lawsuit. Sazerac, the maker of Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey, is suing Jack Daniels. As the Courier-Journal reports, Sazerac claims Jack Daniel's use of the word fireball in its Google ads for Tennessee Fire is a trademark infringement. Sales of cinnamon spirits have soared by almost $60 million in 2 years' time. Fewer Americans are counting on a bonus this year. A new survey by Bankrate.com finds 22% of American workers expect to find something extra in their paycheck this holiday season, and 1 in 12 expects to get a raise. From Black Friday to Christmas Eve this year, FedEx plans to ship 317 million packages. That's enough to stretch around the world 2 times. There's time to get your gifts delivered by Christmas, but as Mary Maloney explains, time is running out.
This holiday season, the United States Postal Service expects to deliver roughly 15.5 billion cards and letters and 600 million packages. That's a lot of gifts. In order to help Santa get those presents under the tree, there are some deadlines you need to know. Get your packages to FedEx by Wednesday. That's if you want the standard ground delivery. UPS gives you a couple extra days with a Friday deadline. And the USPS guarantees first-class mail by Saturday. If you still need time to shop, the 3 major carriers will deliver the week of Christmas, but it'll cost you more. Get to the post office, FedEx, or UPS by December 23rd to beat Santa. In some cases, FedEx may even offer same-day service on Christmas Day. But the week of Christmas, be prepared to wait in long lines with others trying to beat the clock. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
A study from a retail consulting firm found it took an average of 7 days for orders placed on Cyber Monday to arrive. That's 20% longer than last year.
Traffic right now, show you what is going on across the Lexington Metro. Downtown Lexington, okay, we get out to, shocker here, the Fayette Mall area, Nicholasville Road. Things begin to slow down. We have an accident there that is, at least has a couple of lanes blocked at Wilson Downing. Again, that is right in front of Fayette Mall. And as Jennifer was telling us a little earlier, that big accident, unfortunately there, a fatality with that on Interstate 75. As we go, the southbound lanes continue to be blocked into areas south of Berea toward Mount Vernon.
Actually, I think it's the northbound
Northbound?
lanes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Northbound lane there.
Okay, well, it is the story of a bitter old man and his transformation into a better man after many visits from a ghost.
A Christmas Carol coming to life this weekend. Deanne Stevens brings it back to life with a preview. Hi, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here at Guignol Theater on UK's campus, where Friday things will be kicking off finally for A Christmas Carol, the musical. You guys have been practicing for a while. Clearly, I need to practice the name of saying A Christmas Carol. Robin Peterman's on. For how many months now have you all been rehearsing?
We started about mid-October?
About 2.5 months.
2.5 months.
Mm-hmm. 2.5 months. It takes a lot of work to put something like this on, doesn't it?
It does indeed. It does indeed. We have a cast of about 90 actors, singers, dancers. It is a musical in the truest form. It's sung all the way through. Beautiful music by composers that do a lot of the Disney music, Lynn Ahrens and Alan Menken. And it's just a delightful show.
And this is put together by the Rep, which is all local talent. Talk a bit about that and how it's just critical in our community to use these local people. How great it is.
It's awesome. This cast is, I'd say, extraordinarily talented. It's enormous. There are little kids. There are older people like us. It is important. It's a moment. Will people remember it forever? No, but in that moment, it's beautiful. And the show itself is about love, family, second chances. It's perfect. It's perfect for Christmas. We've wanted to do the show a long time.
For that 10 years.
A long time. And so we finally, and our Scrooge, I want people to see this. So
the Scrooge is
yeah,
amazing.
he's beautiful. Beautiful.
So folks can get tickets. They can just show up here at the theater on Friday because the show doesn't kick off till Friday, right?
That is correct. You can call the Singletary box office to get tickets. You can go online, the Singletary Center, and get tickets there. However, the show's at the Guignol, which is in the Fine Arts Building, which is next door.
So call the Singletary Center for the Arts and come on out and enjoy A Christmas Carol happening here on UK's campus this weekend. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
It's time for Better Living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. General practitioners write the most prescriptions for opioid painkillers. That's according to new research from Stanford University. Previous studies have suggested that a small group of specialists operating out of so-called pill mills are driving the opioid epidemic. But this study found a large population of family practice doctors and internists write the bulk of the prescriptions. Helicopter parenting at the doctor's office may not be good for teens' health. A new national poll finds just 34% of parents say their teen talked about health concerns privately with a doctor without parents in the room. Fewer than 10% say their teens can complete their health history form on their own. Researchers say teens may be missing out on opportunities to learn how to take ownership of their own health, and speaking with doctors privately gives teens a chance to disclose confidential information. The FDA is brewing up a change for craft beers. By next year, major restaurant chains will have to provide the nutritional information for beers on tap. It's a move that many breweries say will be hard to swallow. Most craft breweries don't test for things such as calorie count because that equipment costs tens of thousands of dollars. Pepsi is offering vending machines with healthier options. The new Hello Goodness vending machine includes Naked Juice drinks, Lay's oven-baked chips, Doritos and Gatorade, as well as gluten-free and fat-free options. They'll also display nutritional information of the products. The company says it will put thousands of the machines in a variety of locations throughout next year, including healthcare, governmental, and educational facilities. The one thing you won't find is the company's flagship brand, Pepsi.